sauce gang, and welcome back to the channel. Hot Sauce Beats here with a banger reaction for you. We have all been waiting for this, and the time has arrived because Anthony Padilla has finally dropped his interview with Philza Minecraft, and this one is called I Spent a Day with Philza, the Minecraft legend. Fam, I am beyond hype for this. Anthony Padilla gives the best interviews. And yes, fam, yes, I know I still need to react to the one he came out last week, 2 weeks ago with Nikki. We will definitely be peeping that out. But before we jump in this video, make sure you show Anthony and Philza Minecraft some love by subscribing to their channels. And if you enjoy my reaction, please help support the channel by smashing that subscribe and like button. It's absolutely free and it greatly helps out the channel. But enough talking, let's get to reacting and roll that bomb acid.
Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Eat, sleep, make beats. Eat, sleep, make beats.
Hot Sauce Beats. Woo-hoo! Oh, Philza Minecraft, let's go.
I'm Anthony Padilla, and I spent a day with Philza to uncover the truth about the 5 relentless years he spent surviving and crafting a world block by block.
All for a baby zombie to take it away.
Only to lose it all. And how that single moment of failure catapulted his career to incomprehensible heights. He'll reveal how he went from making so little money, the government couldn't even tax him, to now supporting his entire family. And he'll address how the peer pressure to murder a main character in front of millions almost ruined him. Hello, Phil!
Nice to meet you.
By the way, this episode is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. Visit betterhelp.com/Padilla because sometimes existing is exhausting.
And that's true, fam. And real quick, I just want to, or not say real quick, but with him saying that too, the whole community, all of us together as a whole, are going through a lot, mourning the loss of Technoblade. Rest in peace, Techno. I just want to put that out there. We are all here for each other. Make sure you guys are here for each other. Love and support. I love you all. Let's get into this.
Your story of how you exploded, I think, is incredible because it began with devastating failure.
Yeah.
You were playing hardcore Minecraft, meaning that if you die in the game, that is it. That is a permadeath. And you spent 5 years on this one single playthrough.
Yep.
And then a baby zombie.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That's everyone's reaction, especially when Techno, whenever a baby zombie would be around, Techno would go, Philza, watch out!
Say it,
Took you out.
say it. Let me relive it.
Sorry to give you flashbacks.
Jesus, bro.
But you had thousands of hours of gameplay on there.
I'd spent a lot of time in it. It was mainly the only version of Minecraft that I liked playing.
You enjoyed the high risk.
Yes.
The one wrong move and you were gone forever.
Pretty much. It just made everything more significant. Everything I did, everything I made could just be gone in a flash.
What did that feel like in that moment when you lost everything?
Devastation, grief, and like disbelief, and then eventually acceptance, and like eventually I started like tearing up because I was like realizing like, oh shit, it's actually just
All
gone.
I feel like most people would consider that to be the biggest failure. In that moment, you actually gained recognition around the world. You were like memed like crazy.
It was nuts
Did you see that? What I see?
because of everyone just spreading it and just being like, ha, it's
Feels
pretty
having a
funny,
good
but
time.
oh my god, that sucks. News companies picked it up, and I was on the BBC. My gran like called me afterwards, was like, well, I just saw you on the telly. I was like, yes, gran.
I didn't know he was on BBC.
What did that teach you about failure?
You fail hard at something, the only way is up afterwards. If you give up, then what was the point of the failure? You don't learn anything, you don't get any better. At the time, I was just devastated. It's a necessary like part of growing and necessary part of just getting better.
Do you have any idea how many hours you put into that specific
I
save
can
file?
get you the... It was a lot.
Is it thousands?
It was days of hours. So yeah, it was like thousands.
1,700 hours or 71 days of playtime. Jesus, dude. 3 entire days spent holding down crouch.
It went up.
Jeez, bro.
I remember just being like, I can't believe that just happened. I wake up, go to work, come back from work, and then I noticed there's like a Reddit post that's gaining a lot of traction. One of my friends who was in the stream at the time clipped it on Twitch. And then someone else took that clip, posted it to Reddit. I think they posted a live stream fail. And then after that, it just went... And I was like, the views keep climbing. It's on 60,000. And then the next day it was on 100,000. And I was like, it's not stopping. Again, I kept waking up, going to work, coming home, and it was just like climbing and climbing and climbing. I think the
That is
BBC
crazy.
interview was the wildest because I was on national television. They wanted me to come down to the studio, and I was like,
Jesus.
no.
You're like on
That's-
stream.
That sounds stressful. A lot of the news outlets just focused on how funny it was. Even the presenter of the BBC was like in disbelief when he was talking about it. He's like, you lost it to a baby zombie?
A baby am I understand this right? Like you got your big zombie, you got really big mobs, and then you got a little baby zombie. That baby zombie's what took you out, Philza? After 5 years, you let a baby zombie kill you?
I was like, yes.
How did that start changing your numbers in terms of viewership, subscribers, all that?
Slow at first. It was like a couple of hundred, and it stayed at a couple of hundred for a bit. It got higher and higher and higher when they realized I was going to keep playing hardcore and I was going to try and beat the next record. I was like, oh man, I should probably start uploading more content to YouTube as well. So in doing that, it also brought more people in. I made a montage of the 5-year world as well, which really popped off. I think that's sitting at like 20 million views or something.
That's crazy.
I think-
Did that say 30 million? We've never seen that montage. I think we might need to peep that out.
Making that was the main kind of like jump off point. But if I hadn't have made that montage, I don't think it would have gotten shared as much as it did.
I agree. I concur,
What was your
Batman.
childhood like?
I think kids growing up now do spend a ton of time playing video games.
Oh yeah.
But the difference was back then when I was younger, it was just a very solo thing. And I just did not want to go outside or play with anybody. Like, I remember my mum being like really worried about me. She was like, he's not going to grow up like with any friends. He's going to have like social anxiety,
He's gonna be really socially awkward. Oh, Philza.
all this stuff, which I kind of did. But besides the point, I was just all about video games. And I liked just the control and like the basic sort of like, I can do this and get good and just grow from there pretty much.
Was there a reason that you avoided interacting with other kids?
Other kids just scared me. I was just always worried because I got bullied a lot when I was younger, to such a point where I got moved out of my school to a new one. Back then I had like super blonde hair and I stood out like amongst.
Philza, you still do got super blonde hair, bruh. I mean, you're kind of a dirty blonde. Philza's a dirty blonde, but dude, I used to have blonde hair. Okay, like bright blonde. You have blonde hair still, Philza.
Everybody who had like brown and black
and hair.
hair. And
I
I
don't
was
have
very pale. So I feel like that was like a key factor in it because it was just constant and they'd like pull my hair and stuff and push me on the ground. Because of that initial bullying at the start, I was just so untrustworthy of just anyone that was nice to me because I thought it was just a trick. One day I listened to my mom and went outside and tried to play with the kids. They heard that I had a swing set and a slide in my back garden and they were just like, can we go in your back garden and play on the swing? Can we go? And then I was just like, sure, yeah, I'll trust you. It immediately got broke by some big kid on a skateboard. He like rode down it, and my mom got like really pissed. She like kicked them out. But I remember speaking to them.
No
and
more
they just
friends
didn't
over
want
here.
anything to do with me. You know how kids can be. They're so mean. Like,
Yeah.
especially at a young age. So I just took that pretty hard and just doubled down on being alone.
You can vividly remember one of the first memories that shaped you.
Gods, Metroland, rest in peace. You know how like when you grow up and like you realize
Did he say Metrolands?
you can only remember back so far? This moment was like the moment my brain turned on.
This is
Like,
your like
switch on.
first memory that you can remember.
It's pretty high up there, yeah. But it was such a pinnacle moment of me just like realizing that I wasn't invincible. I was just an absolute lunatic child. I would climb on trees. I would jump off buildings. I say buildings, they were like small buildings, don't worry.
You're like a parkour kid.
What?
Very early.
You ain't Spider-Man, Philza?
I was just climbing on shit I wasn't meant to climb on. There was these steps that went all the way up to the roller coaster. And I remember running up those steps, just like feeling like on top of the world. And my dad just went, whoa, 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 stop! You'll break your spine. You'll crack your head open. And I was just like, and just froze and then just slowly curled up.
No, I can't do that, fam. I'm terrified of heights. You could not pay me. I know it's every roller coaster has them. They have the stairs going up the side. Nope.
On a ball on the step. And I remember that was like the first moment where I like felt, oh shit,
Fear?
I could die at any moment. Like I'm not in control as much as I thought I was. That what happened then leads me to just kind of like plan for the worst in most cases. When I go into like a cinema, for example, I'll know how long it takes to get to the fire exit. When people come in, I'll be like, okay, this person probably can't run very fast. This person definitely is going to get ahead of me.
Oh my God.
So I'm just thinking, okay, if I get up, I can grab her. We can run that way. It's faster that way. I go down the stairs. I might trip here, but if I do trip, I can fall into this bit. I try to map out every scenario in my head.
Have you already mapped out how long it would take you to get out of here?
Yeah, roughly about like 10 seconds about 8 seconds if I hop the table.
Oh, you're gonna hop the
But
table.
you've got that driveway too, so
Yeah.
I'd have to hop that if it's locked, which I'm assuming it's locked.
It's not locked. I mean, it is locked.
He's like, no, man, our front, we never lock our front door. Oh, there's cameras recording. Bro, we got the best security in the world, man. This is Fort Knox.
It is locked.
It is locked, and we have armed guards.
There's several armed guards outside with
Yeah.
guns.
Yes, because it's legal in America.
Yep.
When did you start streaming?
I want to say 2006 or 7 maybe.
Jeez,
This was
I'm
on
slacking,
Twitch.
fam, I'm slacking.
Justin.tv.
Which was called Justin.tv.
Yep, the old little monkey in the corner with the camera. So I used to make videos and like montages. I would also watch live streams, watching the live stream through Windows Media Player with like this weird link that they gave you at 240p, I think, or less. So I've always been into media and
Bro,
like
that's
sharing media. I
terrible.
always found it like really fascinating and fun. So as soon as I realized I could do that live, I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna do it.
Did anyone watch you back then?
Barely, like 1 to 2 people maybe. And then like eventually, the more I did it, the more friends I'd made would join and just kind of like hang out and just be like, oh, Phil's streaming, I'll just see what he's up to.
What drew you to live stream? Was it feeling like you were with friends?
The live interaction with chat, being able to see like some of my friends like respond and stuff to funny things that happened, and also just kind of having like some sort of a catalog of just stuff that I did. Like anything cool I did on a game wouldn't just be for me anymore. I could share it.
Video games were kind of a form of escapism. What were you escaping from?
Just reality, pretty much. I was so bored of it.
Just
Like,
reality's too
yeah,
boring.
School, like just having to walk.
He can make
places.
anything on
Having to move
Minecraft.
my body.
Yeah,
He's
pretty
gonna
much.
make his
I was
own
just like,
reality.
man, I really enjoy playing this game where I can fly. That's cool. Like,
Yeah.
way more fun than real life.
And you met
Way more fun than just walking. I want to fly. I do want to fly. That'd be dope.
a lot of people through streaming.
I'm scared
even
of
if it was
heights.
only
I'd be like,
people, including your wife, who
Yeah.
is here.
He's on the back. Hello.
Preston.
Hello. Oh, and by the way, this episode is sponsored by Surfshark VPN, an
Yes,
app and browser
Surfshark.
extension
I
that
love
lets
it.
you virtually place your computer
love
or your
Surfshark.
phone anywhere in the world and allows you to access the internet as if you were
Oh my
there.
God. Do we got a double-
instead.
do we
But
got
why
a
would
double
you want
ad
that?
read?
Let's say you are in a very
Oh my God, we do.
I was
There we
basically
go. That's
streaming
perfect.
Minecraft Hardcore. The
That was a
5-year
double ad
love
read. I had
lost.
to. I'm sorry,
And
Anthony. I'm sorry. I had to. Fam.
She joined the chat and was just like, hey, what's up? Like, just
Yeah.
wanting to like talk. I ended up taking her on a tour of my whole world at the time. She was in my chat specifically to learn about Minecraft because she used to work with kids, and like that was something that they were super interested in. So she wanted to know more about it to better kind of reward them for good behavior and that.
And she was learning from you.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then
Aw.
you met up in person, the rest was history.
Oh, dude, you skipped a huge.
10 days later.
She kind of just became friends with like my friends at the same time, and then eventually
That's so
we
awesome.
spent
I didn't
more time
know
together
their
as
story
well, playing
together.
games. Like she was on my streams and stuff.
Mhm.
We added each other on Discord, so I made like a little server for us just to hang out.
Just for you two.
I was like, I have this other server, but do you want to join this one? Just hang out and watch
Aw.
movies.
Oh, oops, there's no one else here except us.
I think
Aw.
our official first date that I can remember was not even a date on her end, but in my head I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. We're alone in a call and we're watching Tron Legacy. And then eventually, like
Things are getting so serious.
later, I kind of confess. Rest is history.
How much
Yeah,
did
double
your
life.
financial situation change?
Astronomical. It was ridiculous. I'd never seen that much money in my life. I was just
Yeah.
like, what the is happening? I felt like I was in Monopoly. I was like, did everyone just land on my square at the same time? What the I was probably earning just roughly like, I would say $14,000 a year. And I was also putting like half of that into the house with my mother. For a good while, I was barely getting taxed, because I just wasn't earning enough.
Yeah.
People come at my channel like, I'm going to uni. You got any tips on like eating like cheap? And I was like, noodles, amazing. You just get tons of noodles for like super cheap. Put a bit of ham in them one day,
Oh.
bit of chicken in the next day,
Mm.
bit of sweet corn in the next
Ooh,
day.
so much variation.
Yeah.
Every day of the week, you can have a different meal, but it's still noodles.
Oh was about to say, but it's still noodles.
You better prepare to start slurping. 'Cause you're gonna be slurping a lot. You were blowing up, seeing insane numbers on Twitch. You were seeing insane numbers on YouTube, but you still worked at your day job throughout that whole process.
Yep, still worked in retail. Even like 3 of my friends at my retail job who knew what Twitch was, they were screaming at me to quit my job. I was so convinced it was just going to be one of those like 15 minutes of fame moments where you just like popular for a bit and then so I was like, I'm just going to take it easy. I'm going to keep doing what I've always been doing. I'm going to make videos, I'm going to stream and see where it goes. And if it goes somewhere, then I'll quit. So I think I waited like about 2 months, maybe 3 months.
So you didn't have confidence that it would go anywhere?
No, zero confidence. I was way too like accustomed to the internet as a whole, like how things get viral and then just disappear, and everyone's always chasing after that sort of like viral hit. And I was just thinking, well, it seems like it's gone viral. I'm being contacted by news outlets all over the place.
Yeah.
And literally almost everyone has seen it, but I'm still convinced at some point it will go away. I don't want to give up my day job and literally lose my income because I wasn't making a lot of money, Anthony, at the time. I was like bare bones.
Fam, I'll tell you what. When that day comes that we go full-time YouTube and Twitch, fam, the world ain't ready. The world ain't ready.
Like helping my mom pay the bills. The moment it changed, where it like really was a wake-up call to me, was when I got my first big paycheck from YouTube. I looked at the numbers and I was like, shit, that's like how much I would earn in 2 years at my job.
One paycheck.
And I made that in a month. And I was like, oh, I have to do something. And I put in my 2 weeks notice not long after that, much to the hate of my manager. She did not like that. She didn't talk to me for like 2 weeks.
The entire 2 weeks?
She like barely said anything. Normally she'd be very chatty.
Yeah.
Did not chat to me at all.
What do you think struck her?
I think she was just like mad that I was leaving, or like got successful. I don't know.
You can follow your dreams. You piece of shit.
Imagine.
You were making too little to be taxed on, and you were still giving half your paycheck to help with the family home.
At that point, when I had that job, I lost my dad in like 2009, and that was pretty bad. He was already like not on the way out, but essentially he was already leaving my mother. He was leaving her because like she could not handle just his bullshit, pretty much. He drank a lot, and it was not physical violence, but it was like mental abuse. And she put up with it
Emotional
for
abuse.
the entire of me and my sister's childhood.
So it was for you.
For us. She is an absolute trooper. Age of like teenager, I kind of knew what was going on.
Look at
I
Teenage
became, like, her
Philza.
main, ally.
Dude, he looks like a hippie, bro. Dude, I had, before I joined the Navy, fam. Okay. Chat. I mean, I got pictures. Before I joined the Navy, my hair was like Philza's right here, dude. And imagine that. I got no hair, bruh. I used to just have this crazy shaggy hair, man. I miss it.
Helping him.
I could go like this with my luscious locks, and I can flip it all around, and now I do that and nothing happens other than I get a headache and dizzy.
He always went back, he always relapsed. He would like literally gaslight my mother into thinking that money was just missing. He would just threaten to leave every time because we were not financially stable without him. He was quite happily just like leaving me, my mother, and my sister to just fend for ourselves. So eventually it got to a point where my mother was like, okay, you're old enough, we have enough money, I'm gonna divorce him, I can't take it anymore. And I was like, okay. But then after he died, we were like actually on our own. So it just boiled down to, okay, knuckle down, what can we cut, what can we like spend less.
Noodles. You could have ham with it one day, you could have chicken with it next, and then sweet corn. I see where you're going, Phil.
She was like, I'm gonna have to ask more for this month. I was like, absolutely. She already felt guilty about taking money off me, and like she had to ask for more because she was just not like making enough. And I was like, I'll help, it's no problem. But like when everything started to pop off in 2019 and like I started to become more popular, I was like, holy shit, I can take care of her. I can like actually look after her now. Like she doesn't have to worry about anything.
That's so
Was that
awesome,
the first thought that
fam.
went through your head when you saw your paycheck?
Yeah, I remember I was in the car and we were going shopping, and I looked at my phone. I got like the email from Google. And I was like, "Mom, look at this." She was like, "Oh my god!" She like froze. She had to like stop where she was on in the street. And
I can't drive anymore.
I was like, "It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. I'm gonna see what I can do with this." In secret, I paid off the mortgage as a Christmas present.
Oh.
I rang up the bank and I was like, "Okay, I want to do this in secret. Please don't send any email notifications." And then Just gave her a little card at Christmas, and she broke down, and it was like the happiest I think I've ever like seen her. It was just so cool to do that.
Dude, that's awesome, fam. That's awesome.
Do you have a fear of losing everything that you've built?
I mean, that's always up here, but
Yeah.
I'm very careful. Like, I don't spend too much money. I'm not investing in risky things, you know. I'm not doing anything crazy that would lose everything in a heartbeat. I'll always have those savings, and if everything disappeared tomorrow, I'd be good. I'd be all right.
Do you feel pressure to
That's awesome.
constantly grow or maintain your numbers?
To some extent, yeah. People will still watch me if I just hang out and just do what I've been doing this whole time. And I know people will eventually get bored and move on to new things. And that's totally fine. But I don't want to have the pressure mold me to such a way that I change completely. I want to just do what I like. And if people want to watch me enjoy things I like, then that's cool. But I'm not going to be like, you know, Minecraft isn't performing very well, I think I'm going to switch to Fortnite. I'd much rather just be happier doing what I like
what
to
you
do.
love, fam.
And I
That's
feel like
everyone's
a lot of
goal.
people lose sight of that. Communities are built around the person. As long as you're having fun and providing fun content, you can be playing anything. During the
That's
Dream
very
SMP, like, all my friends were doing like roleplay on Dream SMP, and that's when it was blowing up with the whole Lemanberg phase. And I was watching them just like skyrocket in popularity. And then my friend Wilbur
Philza?
yeah, he convinced Dream
Wilbur
to get me on. He's like, I really want Phil on the server, and I think he can be a good part of the team. And Dream was just like, sure, he sounds like a cool guy. Let's get him on. I joined at one of the most pinnacle moments, some would say, and
Oh, is this when he joined?
I killed Will.
So you were a key player.
I didn't know that's right when he
Villain.
joined.
What's funny about that is I didn't know I was joining to kill him. We secretly logged on, and he was like, Phil, I need help with TNT placement. I'm so scared I'm going to blow up the server. Will didn't tell me previously that I was going to kill him or anything like that. He was just like, you're going to show up, and you're going to stop me from pressing the button. And I was like, okay. And it's going to fail, and everything's going to blow up, and that's going to be it. In my head, like, we were role-playing, and I'd never really role-played that much.
Yeah.
And I could tell he really wanted me to kill him. And I was like, shit, I'm going to have to just, okay, all right. If I don't do it, it's fail RP. If I go, Phil, Will, do I kill you? Do I kill you now?
Do I kill you now? Double click your mouse.
That's fail
Okay.
RP. So I committed, and he told me afterwards, he's like, Phil, that was great. I was like, man, you didn't tell me I was gonna do that. He's like, better reactions, really, if you don't tell people.
True. So all the
cool.
reactions to you killing him were real.
Yep, nobody knew.
What impact did that have on your viewership?
So I went from like 2,000, 5,000 viewers to anywhere from 40,000 to 100,000, and I couldn't quantify the numbers. I was looking at it, I was like, that's not real. And I remember the viewership got so nuts. It started to get to me a little bit. I was like, shit, I need to not look at this number. And I figured out that you can click the button on OBS. If you click viewership, it just vanishes.
Little tip for small streamers, by the way. You can just click this and hide it. Don't f***ing look at the viewer count. It will f***ing ruin you.
So like whenever I was streaming,
will ruin
the viewership
you!
climbed and climbed and climbed and climbed. And I noticed it started to mess with me a bit. I was like really self-conscious. I was like, click it. So now just continue. And I'll just look at chat.
I had Tubbo on here, and he mentioned you specifically as the person that told him how to turn off the viewer count so it didn't go to his ad.
Toby really needed that. I think it was like messing with him. It's the fluctuation. Like the highs and the lows make you think you're doing something wrong. That's not necessarily the case. So giving him that option to just like not look at it, I think is very crucial.
And it's the same thing with YouTube, fam. Like, so YouTube, everyone knows this, that does YouTube videos, is you have everything's ranked 1 out of 10. How is this video performing out of your last 10 uploads? And I'll tell you what, when you get a 9 or a 10 out of 10, it just like, especially when you get a couple, when you get, you know, when over 50% of your last couple uploads are like 9 and 10s, like you really kind of, you have a butthole pucker moment. You're like, God, what am I doing wrong? How do I change this? How do I stop this? I mean, it affects
a lot of
you.
people, not just Toby. At that point, if you're worrying too much about the viewership, you're not entertaining anybody. You're concentrating too much on numbers. You're not having a good time. It's just bad all around.
Instead of you and your audience, it becomes you and you.
Yep.
It's just you talking to yourself in your head about what does this mean? What am I gonna do?
You put yourself in a loop and you can't get out. It's super important to just kind of disconnect from the numbers and pay attention to the people in your chat.
Dad's up!
You were seen as a father figure for the community.
Yeah.
In many ways. People call you Dadza.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, huge announcement. We are hosting a free live show on July 15th, and the production value is completely
Been a day
bonkers.
with
You are not
live.
going to want to miss this. I'm going to fall through the ceiling live. Are you really going to make me fall through the ceiling live?
Absolutely.
And if you join us, you'll have the chance to make me spin the wheel of misfortune. A fun game
It's
my
so much
team
fun.
put together
I'm so
for me.
excited.
You'll get to know the team that helped make this show possible, and we'll run through the process from beginning to end of how this show is made. We'll also be doing a live Q&A where you guys can ask me all those deep questions that have been festering within you, boiling up, that you are just dying to ask me. Do I really have to
Faster.
answer all these questions?
Yes.
I am answering all your questions. And to top it off, we'll be unveiling our new logo live. Click the link down in the description below to get notified when that is happening. Now, back to the world of Philza.
Do you see yourself as kind of a father figure for the community?
A terrible father figure, but I mean, I swear all the time. Dude, it's so weird when like parents come up to me with their kids,
Yeah.
and like the kids are definitely too young to watch me.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, he watches you all the time, he loves you. And I'm like, I swear so much. I am constantly saying
Yeah.
shit. I do it as a joke sometimes. Every sentence I have ends with
Yeah.
and they're letting them watch. Okay, it's so I don't think I'm a very good father figure. I just give advice that is like what people sometimes need to hear. I think, you know what's funny, the reason why I get called that is Will, because I was just the older person of the group, pretty much. I'm only 34 and
Hey, mother.
And see, chat, I'm right around Phil's age, so you're never too old to be in mine.
We are the same age, okay? You talk shit about Phil, you're talking shit about me. It doesn't hurt.
it hurts a little bit.
Do you feel pressure to live up to this role model father figure?
A tiny bit, but not that much. People would try and put me on a pedestal, but I'll knock that pedestal right the down. Like, I'm just not the dude. I think for the
I'm
most
up on
part,
no
it's a
pedestal.
lot of people that don't
Leave me
have
alone.
a father in their life, or their dad's a piece of shit. Bro, my dad was a piece of shit. I turned out all right.
Yeah.
I was fine.
My
You don't
dad
be
was
good
also a
and be
piece of
nice
shit.
person. You can learn from other people. You can find role models in other people. I feel like that's a much more important way of like building who you want to be, essentially.
Yeah.
You know, nobody's
Yeah.
perfect, but if you can take good aspects from other people and put them together, you can be like, okay, that's the person I want to be.
We talked about all the incredibly positive side effects of blowing up. Are there any negative side effects that you witnessed?
When it comes to like viewership increasing, there's a lot of like hate that comes with that, because they think, why is this person popular? And I didn't really experience it all that much until I joined the Dream SMP.
Just a huge amount of exposure.
Yeah. With more exposure comes more eyes, and with more eyes comes more people that don't like you that much. It's just basic math. Like, more
Yeah.
people watching you, there's gonna be people that like you, but the people that don't like you also grows. You essentially get put on this giant pedestal of like, this person has to be perfect, otherwise they do not deserve anything. I try not to let it bother me too much, because it is such a small fraction of people,
Right.
and a lot of the time it's people that don't even watch you.
What has been your most bizarre fan interaction?
This one time I was just in a game store.
Yeah.
I have this sense when I know someone's wanting to talk to me. I got this feeling and I was like, I'm just gonna ignore that, it's fine. It was just this little kid just like hanging out.
Yeah.
But
He's like,
the thing that sort of indicated it a lot more to me was he said to his mum, hey mum, look at this cool gun. But like in a really weird way, like not the way a kid talks.
Oh.
He definitely
robotic.
thought about that sentence a lot and
Okay.
repeated it. And like after about, I want to say like 20 seconds, he just turns around and just looks at me and just goes, hi Phil. I'm just like, hi mate. Yeah, like I get a shock. I'm just like, oh, it was very sad what happened to you in that cave with the baby zombie. Rest in peace. Without missing a beat,
Aw.
I immediately just react to him. I just go, yes, that was very, very messed up. Thank you. I bowed back to him.
Just you and this kid bowing to
Yeah,
each
he's
other
like
in the
this
back
big.
of a GameStop.
He's like this big. We're just bowing to each other in the game store. Just like, what am I doing?
aw.
So what's next for Philza? Do you have any big projects in the works?
Nothing crazy. I'm pretty chill. I'm like, I'm quite happy just staying in my own lane, just like chugging along. I just enjoy like playing the game that I love and just like hanging out, talking to chat. Like, I don't want to do anything crazy. I don't have any huge plans.
A lot of people feel like they have to have a huge lofty goal that they're working toward,
Yeah.
and they're made to feel lazy if they don't. But in reality, Isn't what we really want in life to be content?
I think so. Yeah.
Facts.
I fully understand people that want to
Facts.
have lofty goals and they want to do like everything. I get it. But like, I'm fine. Like, I'm good.
You mean you're good living in the moment as the
I'm
moment
good.
exists?
Yes. I'm very happy in this moment right now. It's great.
What is it about doing what you do that brings you the most joy?
I get a lot of messages from people saying like, "Oh, I had a shit day, but like I turned on your stream and now I'm happy." And I keep
Aw,
telling everybody
that
I'm
is-
just
That is one of my favorite comments, either on a premiere, a video, or streaming on Twitch. Like, to know that people, my reaction or my gaming content or one of my vlogs or something, like I view it as like I want to give people an escapism, right? Like while you're watching my video or my reaction for that, 10 to 40 minutes, all your worries are gone. Hopefully, I'm told I'm a funny guy, so hopefully I make you laugh, smile. That's what gives me joy, is to know that while we're interacting, your problems, your troubles in the world, your anxiety just disappears, and we're just in that moment together. Like I love, for me, that is like a natural high to know that I'm helping somebody. Like, I love it. I
playing
love
block
it.
game.
Love it.
Yeah.
I'm literally just a dude behind a desk. But if I can provide a space for people to be safe, acknowledged, feel valid, and just comfortable, like that's an amazing thing. And
It is.
I wouldn't
It truly
change
is.
that for the world. That's just so cool.
I spent a day with Philza, and
Let's
one thing that really sits
go!
with me is his perspective that failure is an inevitable, necessary part of growth. Which makes me wonder, how many of the things in my life that I once considered to be catastrophic failures were actually the catalyst for the things that I now appreciate most?
The funniest part is like the misinformation of me being old goes so far that like people actually think I'm like 50. Like, it's gotten that bad. People will have this sudden realization that I'm not 50 and be like, what the fuck? Wait.
I see when
Did they? I think they meant to blur the, or whatever, voice over
your
that.
name is brought up, old.
Yeah, it's just a meme at this point.
It's probably just the 12-year-olds too. Anyone over the age of 20 when you're 12 is old.
True.
It's really weird when you pass the age in which your parents gave birth to you.
God,
One of
when I
your
think
parents.
about that, oh
Yeah.
God. Anthony.
Yeah, I know.
Anthony Padilla. All right, fam, let me bring you in. Bruh, this was so good. So when I got the notification that Anthony, or not notification, but I think he put out on Twitter or something that he was gonna do an interview with Philza, like, we were all excited. Philza, does he have one person that hates him? Like, the dude is always in a good mood, making people laugh. Like, he is a very lovable guy. And he was obviously, everyone knows, he was really close with Techno. So I know he's got to be struggling and going through a lot of things right now. But rest in peace, Technoblade, and he's no longer suffering and in a better place. But this interview was amazing, fam. I love Anthony Padilla's interviews, and especially when they're with Dream SMP characters, because you guys know we love the Dream SMP here. I truly hope you guys enjoy this. Make sure you show Anthony Padilla and Philza some love by subscribing to their channels. And if you enjoyed my reaction, please help support the channel by smashing that subscribe and like button. It's absolutely free and it greatly helps out the channel. And remember, the biggest takeaway I got on this, just like he said, failure does not mean it's the end of the world. It's a stepping stone. It's a learning curve. If you only experience success, you won't know how to deal with failure. So take it, learn it from it, and move on and make something better out of it. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please help support the channel by smashing that subscribe and like button. It's absolutely free and it greatly helps out the channel. I just said that, and remember, it's eat, sleep, and make beats, and as usual, be kind to one another, and that's all I got. Boom, I'm out. Got nothing but love for the sauce cake. Peace. I'm out. Woo!